Hey world, how are you? Whew, I love me some Samsung. I just think this feature is amazing. Can I show myself? Probably can't see me. Yeah, you can't see me. This is my tablet that I'm using to do my screen recording, and I saw this message right here. I want to read it out loud. I shared it on my Facebook page. The ancients believed love does not begin at the moment two eyes meet. It begins long before, across lifetimes, quietly woven by an unseen thread that refuses to break. In a world governed by logic and algorithms, perhaps the rarest act of faith is still believing that some souls were written into each other's story from the very beginning. This just really, really, really resonates with where I am right now and my journey, my life journey. You can see I commented down here. Lady Bay is my personal Facebook page. I do have a Facebook page for my podcast. Excuse me. And I just comment honestly. It feels like a remembering, because it does feel like a remembering. I feel that right now, literally. Can I make this bigger? I guess not. This is as big as it gets. I feel this right now. I don't feel like where I am in regards to this love frequency, this love vibration. I don't feel like it's new. Although there are lots of things for me, I'm sure, to learn, because the individual who has this part of my attention has had a different path than mine has been. And they've been on their path. When I say path, I mean they've been incarnated here 15 years more. That's not a long time, but they've been incarnated 15 years before I was incarnated here. And so, again, they had different journeys, different paths, different experiences. They have jumped the broom twice. I didn't technically jump the broom the first time. I got my first broom to jump now, and I put it away. It was out, and then I put it away in confusion and in anger and in doubt. Those are the three negative things that I was dealing with: anger, confusion, and doubt. And I don't know if I talked about how I felt. I know I dealt with my feelings, and I felt my feelings, and I cried profusely for like a whole week. It just was randomly happening, and I was just like, oh my God, but I don't know if I actually came onto my YouTube page and described how it felt. And I feel healed and comfortable enough on my page now, and I hope that I am audible, because again, this is my first time not my first time utilizing screen record. I should be good, hopefully. My heater is pretty efficient and not quietly efficient, so you may hear that in the background too. What is that's my elbow. Here is the proof. This is my tattoo and my bracelets. It looked like a whole leg at first, huh? It's the elbow. It's not the knee. Here's the proof. My bracelets. So yeah, I do wanna express it because I feel the fact that I felt that deeply, it was a revelation to me that it is it is what it is, you know. So the pain that I felt that second week of January, that endured for a good 2 weeks. Uh, I did not stay in that space, you know. It was a shocking hit, boom, and then after the shocking hit, it was I separated myself. I came into my own personal space, and I did not play tough girl. Now I did exercise some wisdom and find other things to give my attention to. And when I found those other things to give my attention to, I didn't stay in that space of sadness. But then when I wasn't thinking about nothing at all, the sadness would come back and return. And, you know, so many things went through my mind. But the realization that I had to realize was the the time before that I felt uh, a pain so deep, was ironically 15 freaking years ago, when my youngest child unexpectedly did not wake up. And that was a very, very, very hard, challenging thing to get through. And I definitely didn't get through that in 2 weeks. That took some time. That took years to get through, and months and months and months of me just wondering why the heck I was still waking up, you know? And I never thought I would feel anything that anything that hurt that deep ever again, you know. But I did, and it wasn't that I didn't feel pain ever again, because I definitely felt pain after that. But that was a pain to the soul, you know. Like, I don't really know how to describe it. It just was very, very harsh. And so to recently experience that was like, whoa, what the heck is going on, you know? And so again, I felt it. I prayed and did my inner work and got out of that funk, because the individual that, I don't know, they didn't purposely, what's the word I'm looking for? Inspire that? They didn't purposely inspire that. That was a result from miscommunication, and a result from other people with their 2 cents influencing on both ends, on both sides, you know. And I thought that it was just severed. I thought it was, you know, just done, and I was just like, oh, that hurts. And I had to basically coax myself, and I think that's the right word I'm looking for. COAX, Let's look it up. That's the word that came to me. Let's look it up. See if I'm using it in the right context. Gentle and persistently persuade. That was the right word. I had to gently and persistently persuade myself out of that funk. Oh, you can see my face a little bit. Oh, there we go. Hey, world. Yeah, I had to gently and persistently persuade myself to get out of that funk every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Then I had good meaning friends that also was like, girl, don't you throw everything away. And I was like, I'm not throwing everything away. I'm just recalibrating. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm still going to do the things that I have and my goals to do in regards to excuse my education and things of that sort. Because I do have options, you know. I don't have to be studying where I'm studying at right now. I have options, you know. I could study elsewhere, you know. I could transfer and study elsewhere, even though this is literally my last semester there, you know. I have the ability that I don't want to move into another apartment, but I could, you know. And I have offers over across the border, upstate, and not concrete offers per se, but I've been getting letters for at least a year asking me would I accept a court assistant position in all these counties that's, again, upstate New York. And so, you know, I took all of that into consideration. And I even called up to Buffalo's housing authority. And when I say housing authority, I'm not talking about the PJs. I'm talking about the organization, because every state and every city does things differently. So in some places, the people who manage certain vouchers are independent. They might be like nonprofit organizations. Sometimes it's state organizations that manage those things, and sometimes it's city. And in Buffalo, it's the city that manages it. The housing authority manages not just the projects, but also vouchers and things of that sort. And so, I literally got their information. They were like, you want to come here? And the reason why I thought about there was because that's where my mom, God rest her soul, she went. And let's go back. Let's see if I can go back. That's where she went. I'm familiar with the space. That's actually where she was laid to rest at. And I haven't even visited her gravesite since I put her down into the ground, you know. So I was like, hey. And then looking at all of the shenanigans of this nation, I figure, why not be close to the Peace Bridge?